David Antonuccio lives in the Caughlin Ranch area with his wife and 13-year-old son. The fire on Friday, November 18th, came dangerously close to his home, causing him and his family to be evacuated. Luckily, their home was left untouched by the flames.
My wife got up in the middle of the night about 2:30 and noticed the fire outside the window, the bathroom window. And so we could tell that it was a pretty serious fire, but we didn't know if we were going to have to evacuate. But we packed just in case. We didn't wake up our son because we didn't want him to miss any sleep if he was going to get up and go to school the next day. But then, as the fire progressed closer and closer to our house, finally about 4:30, the police knocked on our door and said it's time to evacuate. And so we were already packed and ready to go, and we were out the door by 4:45 in the morning. Once we found out we were going, we put the things that we had packed in the car, and we went to our office. We have an office in Southwest Reno away from the fire, so we went there and just kind of rested and waited to see what was going to happen. Looking out our window, it looked like it was right there, right upon us, but afterwards going out and inspecting the area, we have a little tiny ravine that protects us a little bit, but it got to the top of the ridge on the other side of that ravine. But all the houses on either side of us, it came right up to the fence of those houses. So we had a little bit extra buffer, but it was very close to our back. One of the big decisions is what to bring. And it's hard to know what to bring with you when someone says, okay, you have to leave your house, with the possibility that your house could burn down. So we just grabbed some stuff. Our photos were the most important thing, probably, because those are irreplaceable. Everything else pretty much is replaceable, though it would be a pain to do it. So that was the most essential thing. Other than that, you get out of the house and go when the police and firefighters tell you it's time to go. We were gone from about 4:45, I think, till about noon. We got to come back around noon. When I came back, the firefighters were rolling up their hoses and telling us that they thought it was safe to go back into our home, but that to be on the lookout for any fire on the fence, in which case they would have to come back. We were safe, we were comfortable, but then of course you worry, well, is my house going to be one of the ones that burns down? I'm not really afraid that something like that's going to happen again, but it does give you more respect for human nature, or sorry, Mother Nature, and the fire risk in this area.
Many families were not as lucky as the Antonuccios. Learn to be prepared on the Red Cross's website.